Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I make chili beef tacos. The chili beef tacos that I make are basically made from just normal ingredients. I don't use any sauce or anything which you can get off the shelf in the supermarket. It's just tomatoes, puree, herbs, onion and what have you. With regard to taco shells, you can actually make your own taco shells, but the issue there is you need a special tortilla press and some sort of skillet as well, flat skillet. For actually making them, and you make them out of corn tortillas, but for this particular exercise it was easier just to actually buy taco shells empty from the supermarket. So as per usual, the next thing we'll do is run through the ingredients. To start off with, you need 2 small onions. These are going to be chopped up. You then need some minced beef. This is 5% fat steak mince from Tesco's. Right, I use mushrooms in mine. This is totally up to you whether you use mushrooms or not. They don't actually affect the taste that much, but they do add a bit of texture to it. So what I do is I take a few mushrooms and I slice them up, and then I put them in the mix. This is close cut mushrooms. Need some chili. Basically how much you put in of this is up to you, but it is actually quite hot, so we don't put that much in. That's that. You need some Bisto. This is basically 2 heaped teaspoons of Bisto. That makes a gravy base. That's your Bisto. You need some oregano. Oregano. You'll need a tin of finely chopped tomatoes. You'll need some tomato puree. You need garlic. You need 3 cloves of garlic. Forgot about that. Basically, I crush it and put it in with the onion and the chili. And you'll need taco shells. Get these from Tesco's. They're the old Paso ones. Normally they're quite good. Sometimes you can buy a packet and they're all broken up inside, but normally with these ones they seem to be quite well packaged, so it's not a problem. The last thing you need, which you generally sprinkle on top, is some grated cheese. So I use mature cheddar. And that, I think, is that. Okay. Okay, the first thing we'll do is chop up some onions. The first thing I'll do is top and tail these. it comes to making videos, never work with children and onions. Right, that is the onion. Right, now we need 3 cloves of garlic. This is rather a big one. Doesn't matter. Right, just gonna top and tail him. Right, what we're going to do here is crush this and put it in with the onion. Obviously when this lot goes in the pot, it will all get mixed up together. But just for now, I'll just put it on the top. So put him in. Put him in. And put him in. Last thing that needs to go in with the onion is a little bit of chili. This is where chili beef comes from. So I'm going to put that amount in, because I don't want it too hot. Maybe a touch more. And that, for me, is enough chili. Right, all this will get stirred in once it goes in the pot. Okay, the last thing we're going to do, preparation-wise, is the mushrooms. As I said before, mushrooms really don't need to be added to this. I add them simply because of the texture. They don't really do much or add much to the flavour, but they do improve the texture in my view. But obviously the choice is entirely yours, because it really doesn't actually make an awful lot of difference to the final chili mix, to be honest. These have been washed, so I'm just going to slice them up. Right, so that is pretty much, in fact it is the preparation done. The next bit is cooking. Yay! Okay, this is a new one for me because I'm using a induction hob on the table as opposed to using the normal hobs on the oven. So hope it works. Right. First thing we need to do is put a little bit of crisp and dry in. And then after we've done that, figure out how to turn the ring on. That'll do. So we'll turn this on. Pop that back and thread. So we turn it on. And we turn to manual. And we go to P3. Hopefully something will happen. It's certainly making lots of noises. Right, well something's heating up. That's quite warm. Let's chuck the onion in. Right, this is our onion and our garlic and a bit of chilli going in. I'm kind of hoping that on default setting it's not going to be too hot. But we shall find out. I'm going to cook this for about 5 minutes until it's sort of browned off and softens. Right. I think we're going to have a rethink on this one. Okay, well, apologies for that. We had a bit of a disaster because where the induction hob was placed, the steam was just totally blanking out the lens on the camera. So I've had to go back to putting this on the oven. Which means I had to move all the cameras around. Hey ho. Here's what it is. So we're back to cooking it. I think the light level's probably a bit low, but not much I can do about it. Okay, the onion's actually pretty much cooked now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the beef. Turned into a disaster. Well, it's 500 grams of steak mix, 5% fat. Now what you want to do with the minced beef is totally get all the water out of it, because then it becomes a lot more absorbent to you know, the tomato and the beef stock that you're going to add to this. So you need to drive as much water as you can out of the minced beef. I like a bit of pepper. Salt. Right, well, as you can see, this has been going a while, but the beef is nowhere dried out enough yet. There's still a lot of moisture in there, and we need to dry that out so that the beef becomes very absorbent to whatever, tomato and beef stock and everything else that you put in. You can always tell when it's still not done because it smells a bit liverish, for want of a better word. So we're going to let it go, let it carry on, keep turning it. Right, this minced beef is pretty much ready to have some stock put into it now. For the stock, I use about 200 millilitres of water with 2 heaped teaspoonfuls of original Bisto powder, as I showed you when we went through the ingredients. You can see there's hardly any steam coming off the meat now, so you know you're pretty much there. When you leave it on for any longer, it'll start sticking to the bottom of the pan. Okay, tomato time. Give them a shake. And there you go. With this, we're going to add a little bit of tomato puree. That'll do. Now we're going to put some oregano in. Basically, how much oregano you put in is up to you, but I tend to give it a little sniff to start off with, just to see how strong it is. Sometimes it's stronger than other times, so depending on which jar you got, I guess. But that one's alright, so I'll put in about that. That's fine. Mix it all in. Give it a sniff. It's really nice. Some mushrooms now. Here's some I made earlier. As I said before, you don't have to put mushrooms in. Absolutely fine if you don't. I like mushrooms. Not so much for the taste, but for the texture. What we're going to do now is, once I've mixed this in, we're going to reduce the heat and let it run with the lid on for about 15 minutes just to cook through the mushrooms. The mushrooms will give off a lot of water, but we will then reduce it afterwards by turning the heat back up. A wee bit, from 4 to 2. Set the timer for 15 minutes. Pop the lid on. Okay, so it's had its 15 minutes on a low heat, and we're now going to bung the heat up to 4 to start reducing it. With the taco shells, it gives you an option of putting it in the oven at 200 degrees C, sorry, 180 degrees C for 3 minutes, or microwaving them. My advice is don't microwave them because they tend to spark off, and then you end up with little black holes in them. I don't know why, but that is what they do. So always oven heat them in accordance with the instructions on the packet. Right, we need to let this reduce now. Okay, it's slowly reducing. You've got to keep stirring it at this stage because you've got it on a relatively high heat, and all you want to do is just reduce it so it will go into a taco shell without falling out the ends. Starting to thicken up a bit now. Yay. Right, this is pretty much done now. We're just waiting for the taco shells to finish off in the microwave. No, never use a microwave for taco shells. And then we're pretty much ready to serve it all up. Looks nice. It smells nice. Yum yum. Right. Here we are, serving it up. Everything's on the wrong side. Put this over here. That'll do. These are a bit narrow.
The oven.
So this whole plan wasn't quite according to what I originally thought because of problems with cameras and cookers and things. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. This is hot. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Right, that's one to go. Here's another one. Pop this over here. Check it out. Cheese. I mean, you can actually put the lettuce inside the taco shells. I think that's probably what most people actually do. But we are very bohemian people here, so we just do things differently. Right. Well, I was going to take a photograph of that, but all you can see is cheese. Well, that didn't quite go to plan. lessons to be learned and all that, but the taco shells were really nice. It was a lovely chili taco, and we both thoroughly enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the video, despite all the little problems, then please hit the subscribe button and like it, and also if you hit that bell, you'll get notifications of the new videos that I'll be bringing out in the near future. So thank you for joining me, and as I said, I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you again. Bye for now. Bye.